the memories. I mean, as much hard work and dedication goes into being a good high school student or being a good student in general, you're always going to have fun. And even though I know I'm going to have fun when I'm older, I'm going to miss the young fun that I had, like the experiences that you have, like going to prom or your first homecoming or the football games or even just having lazy days in your classroom. I think I'm going to miss that the most.
This year I think has been the most challenging, both academically and personally, just because I've had a lot of personal struggles going on. I've faced challenges that made me kind of question who I am, what I stand for, what I believe in. And then on top of that, we have all these exams and applying to college and figuring out what I want to do with my future. So it's been hard, but I wouldn't change any of it.
I really think that the more you learn at a younger age, the better you're going to be able to do when you get older and older and older. Reading books like before you even go to school would be a great idea because it gives you information and it makes you, forces you to use your mind. So that's just what I believe assisted me along the way because I read constantly.
Well, knowing that my mother is a single parent, that kept me motivated and wanted to do better throughout my whole life. And it was just hard for both of us to manage and to live and stuff, so it was just hard.
She proud?
Very. She talked about it all the time to her friends and family.
For me at home, it was kind of like something like chaos at home. A lot of different things going on, so that with me trying to be focused on my schoolwork, it kind of put me in a kind of depression. Where I want to give up almost. But thankfully, having God and Him blessing me with friends, I was able to get out of that depression.
When I have obstacles and things like that, I tend to ask my friends first, my friends' advice and things like that. And after that, I'll ask my parents or my siblings. But my primary, it'll be my friends. I ask my friends first, and they give me advice. They keep me on the right track.
When you find yourself needing motivation or that extra push or whatever, who do you turn to?
I've been kind of privileged I have an array of people from all over the world because I'm kind of a military brat, so I have people on the West Coast, the East Coast, and in different countries that I can just kind of turn to for help, and they're all just really inspirational.
My junior year in high school, I ran into a lot of health issues and I couldn't continue to attend regular school because of how many times I was hospitalized. I think the hardest thing is not being there with your teacher to be able to explain like everything and go over lessons with you. You pretty much have to teach yourself a lot of things.
It has been a goal since day one, since 9th grade, really, has been the goal.
Why?
Because that's big. That means you have really excelled and performed academically.
I told myself that in order for me to become something in life, I have to step up to the plate and own up to what I'm supposed to do as far as taking care of business.
Sometimes your friends aren't on the same level as you. They don't have the same goals as you. They don't have the same focus as you, but they're still your friends. So sometimes you have to put yourself first and you have to put them to the side. Not like, we're not friends anymore, but my education comes first. My life comes first because at the end of the day, everything that you do is for you.
Learned a lot of different things. There's been times when I've messed up. There's been times when I knew I have to change, I can't be doing the same things that everybody else is doing. You have to step away from the crowd and, do your own thing. And when I realized that I can achieve greatness.
First I had got kicked out of my old school, so I had fell down and I had to get back up. I excel in all of my grades. I'm a straight A student. I study hard over the weekends. I do a lot of research, and I try to maintain all of my grades.
So what turned the corner for you?
Being kicked out of school for something I didn't even do.
I like Avon
the best. I like to play basketball, like do garbage can and wipe tables. I go work base at school.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yes, sir.
Are you pretty good?
Yes, sir.
What did your mom say when you got to be salutatorian? Did she get a jump up and down? Did she get a big smile?
Yeah, she got a big smile. She didn't jump up and down.
She didn't jump up and down?
No.
Did you jump up and down?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you say when you found out?
I am in the Salutatorian.
Losing my grandmother. That was, like I said, my best friend. That's like the largest obstacle that I've ever had to overcome, and I'm still overcoming it. So being valedictorian, in my point of view, is kind of one of the things that I dedicate to her, because she always pushed me to strive for the best.
I just feel that I have like inspired young students, especially female students, to not only, set the bar for themselves, but to not, dumb themselves down because they feel that being smart is not, cool or okay.
It started getting to where my room was a mess, the house was a mess. I was forgetting basic, simple things like the date, forgetting birthdays of my nieces and nephews that I never forget because I love them dearly. So things of that nature where it's kind of like my mental health was a little bit of, I wouldn't say unstable, but it could be a lot better. And I was just stressing over the smallest things. So at that moment I knew you need to take a step back.
With me being a quiet person, I learned that I got to step outside of my shell and learn to take the task of challenges. And
was that hard?
No, it's not hard. It's just
deciding you want to do it.
Yes.
My mother showed me what hard work was. She lost her job at 45. At 45, she made the decision to go back to nursing school. And I saw her working through school and saying, I'm going to do this, Kayla. So once I saw her, I said, there's no way Kayla Harper can give up. My mom is doing it at 45. I surely can't give up at 15, 16.
School starts at 8 o'clock, but I have to get up at 5 just to catch the bus. And then when I get out of school, I have to go right to work, catch the bus to work. So working was another thing that was hard. And then when I get off work, I have to come home and study and start the same thing over the next morning. So that was difficult.
Probably the biggest challenge is just time management for me, because I work around 30 hours a week, and just trying to balance that with maintaining my grades and still having time for social interaction. It's been a struggle, but I've learned to balance time pretty well, I think.
I always like the engineering field, and I'm always a fan of making things run more efficiently, and I like the business aspect of industrial engineering and running systems and things like that. So
why Apple?
I've been a fan of Apple for as long as I can remember. Since about the 6th grade, I've watched all of their keynotes. I've kept up with all their product releases, everything. I've been a huge fan.
A lot of people ask me what kind of business do I want to establish. I can't give them the answer, but I know that I really love helping others. I consider other people's feelings a lot, and I just like the fact of creating your own ideas and bringing it together to create something new and that benefit others.
I faced a lot of challenges, and I came a long way. I made my biggest goal.
What were some of those challenges? Talk about this.
I think myself, honestly. I'm a perfectionist, and sometimes that can get in the way for things. I learned that everyone or anything isn't perfect, so I have to work with everything and just go with the flow.
It means a lot to me because my mother was also her valedictorian for high school. Thank all my teachers, my principal, my coaches for staying on me on my grades.
What advice would you give your peers?
To never give up and keep going, because I believe life will get hard. Even though I haven't been out in the world and experienced life yet, I watch other people, and I know life can get hard. And you won't be able to be successful without an education, so just never give up and keep pushing yourself to be better.
When my mama passed away, I really decided to work harder. But through the first weeks of her death, I ain't try to go to school or I didn't try to do nothing. But I realized I still got a life to live. And so I just decided to go to school, do all my makeup work, all my work, everything I needed to do, and everything.
I mean, what was the toughest thing for you along the way?
Getting all A's all the time.
All the time? Great answer.
I turn to my parents because they always have problems and they always seem to overcome every problem they have. They just try harder every time, and that's who I turn to as my inspiration.
So what advice would you have for your peers?
Well, I guess they should focus less on being a teenager and focus more on school, so they could actually get somewhere in life. I'm not saying they're not going to get anywhere in life, but maybe if they just focused a little more.
I'm very passionate about animals. I really feel for them, and I just want to help them. You know, I just later in life I plan to I want to work for the ASPCA.
Any particular animals you like more than others?
Definitely the dog and the elephant. I don't know.
Dog and the elephant?
Yes.
What about the elephant attracts you?
I don't know. I think it's really beautiful since it's so big and majestic. I just love how they're just so. I don't know. I just feel like they're very graceful.
It's my accomplishment of what I've done over the 4 years that I've been in high school.
You proud of that?
Yes, very
How about
proud.
your family?
They're very proud,
Yeah.
especially my dad.
Why?
Because when I was younger, he would whisper in my ear when I was sleeping, valedictorian, valedictorian. And so I became valedictorian of my middle school class, and now I'm valedictorian of my high school class.
Since 9th grade, there was 2 people that was just always, up there when it came to grades, and I was kind of, not that far behind, but not at the point where I'll think that I actually have a shot at being a salutatorian. So I guess being a salutatorian, it represents that some things are actually possible. Some things just come about, and sometimes it just takes believing in the unbelievable.